Hey, did you miss me?
Fuck the shit, fuck the fucking shit, fuck shit, the fuck.
Well, now, let's take a look. My past videos. Well, I did the Reliant. That's done. The Enterprise C is done. Hey, wait a second. Wait. Enterprise C Part 4. I have a dislike. Oh, what the fuck? Fuck it. What do I care? Let's see. Oh, my last video, the Enterprise C finale. When was that? 6 months? What? 6 fucking months ago? What the fuck I've been doing? Oh shit, I got almost 100 subs. I better start taking this shit seriously. Now, I know I said I'd make videos more frequently, and it's been the longest time ever since between videos, so that doesn't look too good on me, but yeah, it's not like I've been doing nothing at least. I have been working on some models, a couple of Gundams, a smaller project, paper models I've been getting into, and even a very large project that I'll talk about a little bit later in the video. Alright, so first up, the Gundams. This is the Gundam Mark II. It's a master grade, so it's a 1/100th scale. Here's just the inner frame. I have it somewhat completed. I sprayed it with a chrome, and then I shaded it with some smoke. Now, I wanted to use alclad paints for this, but I'm just too fucking poor. So I used a spray can from Canadian Tire meant for cars, chrome. It works pretty well. Not quite as shiny as alclad would give, but hey, it's better than fucking nothing, right? I also used some clear Tamiya to color the candy-colored parts on there, like the piston covers and whatnot. The other pieces are there just so the thing can, fucking stand up properly. Next was the shield. The shield is part of the armor. I've only done the blue and the red and the yellow. I have not done the grayish-white yet. That's up next. But I was experimenting with shading on the blue, on the shield, and you can see it's very, very subtle on it. I've also put the decals on there too, so it's still kind of shiny. I've yet to do the dull coat, but that'll be done much later. I want to do shading like that on the whitish gray armor. I want to do it a bit less subtle. I find on the blue it's there, but it's a little hard to see. I mean, I like it when it's subtle, but this is a bit too subtle. Anyway, it looks good to me. What do you guys think? Next up is another Gundam. This one's a 1/44th scale high grade, so it has no inner frame. This one did not take me long to build. I built this a while ago, actually. I should have made a video for it, and I think I will make one, although I'm probably going to combine this one with the other Gundam when it's completed, so, it's a video worth watching and not 10 seconds long. So the one on the left is the finished product. The one on the right is the initial product with, no paint. This is what it would look like if you took it out of the box. This is what it would look like, right? Seam lines and all. So I got rid of the seam lines. I masked some parts that would have been just a big block of puke yellow. I made it gold to make it look nicer, right? I also painted the lens with the eyeball in it, and I added some cast iron look on its spiky shoulder thing on its left side. I'll show you more details of that in another video, but yeah, this is what I've been doing. Looks nice to me. Let's move on. Next up is one of my favorite projects, one that I've been keeping pretty quiet from everyone I know. This is a 1/2500 Enterprise E. Yes, it's on the same scale as my very first model I've shown on here, the Enterprise D. I plan to light the entire Cadet series, at least the Enterprises, at this scale. Yes, even the TOS version, which will be very, very fun. But yeah, so this is looking good to me. Alright, this is just, a rough thing, no paint. I just assembled it, I glued it, I managed to fit all those LEDs in there. It was really, really tight, especially inside the nacelle. I will make a long video about this, but I'll probably do it in the style that I did in my Enterprise D, just a bunch of pictures and some music to go along with it. You'll be able to figure out what I did through those pictures. But as you can see with the lights off and the model on, it looks fantastic. The nacelles look like they did in the movie. I would have really liked to have a uniform blue on it, but it's as close as I can get it. I mean, you gotta see what it looks like in there. It is stupid tiny. So yeah, it looks pretty good to me. How about you guys? Next up are my paper models. Now, I think I've shown you this one before, and the travel pod, but I like these. I like paper models because they have models out there that we just don't have in styrene. Now, yeah, the detail isn't that amazing. but it does the job, right? And they're affordable. They're like almost free. All you need to have is the cardstock and a printer, and there you go, right? Now, they have a model that I've always wanted to have, the Stargazer, right? I like its design. It looks like two Constitution classes slapped together, but I can never find the model. At least if I do, they're like hundreds of dollars, and they're vacuum formed, and this is paper. It's small, but it's paper, and it works well. Yeah, the nacelles are kind of boxy, but whatever. So this is one style of model. One style of paper model, I should say. It's very basic. I mean, they're hollow, not very smooth, but they're good for beginners, right? If you're learning how to, make paper models, these are excellent. I'd recommend these completely. However, I found this one site online, right? There's this person who goes by the name of Uhu02, so UHU02, and he has unbelievable works of art for paper model. They have working ATSTs. They have the Viper that you can take the armor off and you can see the inside. They have X-Wings. They have TIE interceptors. They have, these are not just hollow paper models. These are solid things with interiors and everything. It's unbelievable, and he puts this out for free. He designs it himself, probably on a Google SketchUp or something. I've seen his 3D animation on it, and it is unfreaking believable. Here's a photo of his ATST. The legs move. They actually, the hinges work. The head turns around. There's paper cables. There's an interior. There's the hatch that opens up. It's incredible. Here's the X-Wing. The X-Wing, it doesn't, the armor doesn't come off, but one side is like a cutaway, the other side is like the armor's on and everything's perfect. Here's the Viper. The armor's on and you can take it off. There's an interior. There's like O2 canisters. There's a turbine for the motor. It's unfreaking believable. I mean, look at this. This is a TIE interceptor. This is one I made. I made this. It's not perfect. His is way better, but it has windows. It has a cockpit. It has a thruster in the back, and the solar panels are actually shiny. Like, I sprayed some Future on my cardstock, and it made the solar panel shiny. It's freaking incredible. That's what I've been working on mostly, actually. It takes a lot of time to make these, but it is so worth it. Holy crap. Now, if you want to build these yourself, you can. You can go to his website. I'll put a link down at the bottom in the description. Just keep in mind that the site is in Japanese, so it'll be a little hard to navigate, but there's a lot of pictures and clear, things to click on. However, this person has had problems in the past. He's offered his designs for free. However, there were some people who were taking his designs and selling it to other people. Right? They're trying to make money off of his work. So he's gone a bit protective in the recent years over his work. So only his newer stuff is available to download, easily for a limited time. After that, it goes into his library, which is password protected. Now, he has been nice enough to give his password to some sites. I found out what the password was, but I need to respect his privacy. The best I can tell you is when you click on the button that says library, that's his password protected area. When you click on the button that says library, all I can tell you is that the library is closed. It's a closed library, right? That's your hint. You can figure it out. Next up are some Metal Earth models. Now, I know most of you have already seen this stuff before. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but for those who don't know, these are photo etch model kits, which are not brass, they are steel, very soft steel that's easily, you can bend it. But no glue is required. They're all tabs and slots. You just twist or bend the tab when it's in the slot and it holds together. So this one was Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, the experimental TIE Fighter. I opened it up and lo and behold, I got the instructions for the AT-AT and the metal sheet for the AT-AT. So I guess I was building the AT-AT. It turned out well anyway. I liked it, but I wanted Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, so I went and I got another one, and I made sure it was the Darth Vader's TIE Fighter in it before I bought it. Another one I built another two that I built were real space craft, right? One was the Apollo lander, which was beautifully detailed. I got it over the holidays. Yeah, it's been that long since I made a video. I'm still referencing the holidays in freaking spring. Yeah, so it was nicely detailed. It had the ladder that they climbed out of. They had the rocket thruster bell underneath for the descent, and the rocket thruster bell for the ascent off the moon, which was kind of cool. And the last one I had was the Mars rover. That was the first one I had, with the Curiosity rover, not that little one in the 90s, right? But the big Curiosity rover, and that was actually a little hard to put together, but it wasn't that bad. With my experience with photo etch, it helped. So I wouldn't recommend that one as a first one to go with. The AT-AT is a good one to start with. Darth Vader's TIE Fighter is a good one. The Apollo lander and the Mars rover are very difficult, I'd say, and yeah, if you're good with them, go ahead and get them. So one of the last things I'm going to talk about before I get onto the main models is a big project that I'm working on that I will be working on gradually throughout the year. I will be building a suit of armor. Yeah, based on a game called Mass Effect. I'm sure some of you have played it, some of you have never heard of it, but it doesn't matter. This is what the character looks like. It'll be for a woman, so it'll be the Femme Shep. I managed to find the model on Pepakura, and here it is in Pepakura. If you don't know what that is, it's a type of 3D, 2D software that could take an IGES file and turn it into an unfoldable 3D model so that you can actually make it out of cardstock. So here is the torso. It's not completed yet. It'll get there. Here's the arm, well, at least one of the arms, and here's a close-up of the shoulder. You can see the fold lines and how it glues together by joining the numbers together. So yeah, it's cardstock. It's pretty solid, but what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to douse it in essentially fiberglass resin, just to harden it a bit. Then on the inside, I'm going to put fiberglass and some more resin to strengthen it. And then on the outside, I'm going to use Bondo automotive car putty to smooth out the rigid edges to make it, smooth. Once that's done, put some primer, sand some more, put some more primer, sand some more, the whole process. Then paint and seal it, and it should look good. But this is going to take a bit of time to do. It'll be the first time I'll be making armor, so that should be interesting. I'll put a bigger video out on it as it progresses. But until then, this is all I got. So here it is, as promised, the Defiant. What am I doing on it? To be honest, nothing much. Unfortunately, I started it very roughly. I removed a bunch of the grid lines. I started scribing in my own. I can go over the method of how I did that later on. But to be honest, I'm missing the tools to do it properly. I don't want to botch it up, so I'm going to wait until I acquire the proper tools to do the scribe lines properly, because I'm still using that glorified sharpened nail to do it, and I really don't want to mess this up. Right? I really don't. So I'm going to put that one on hold. I said I was going to use it to practice my Kronos 1. I think my Kronos 1 will actually help me practice for this one, so I am going to do the Kronos 1 next. That is my next project. As soon as that Gundam, the first one I showed you, is completed, that will be my next model project. So, yeah, I'll try to make some videos for the near future, but I'm pretty freaking lazy, so we'll see what happens. This has been the Angry Sci-Fi Modeler, sharing all the anger most model builders have, but just won't say on YouTube. Thanks for watching.
Shit, fuck, yeah!